I hear Dr. Hey everybody, this is Dr. Heather.
We're on live now.
and this is
Dr. Ralph.
We are here today because you all have said, how do you make whipped topping? I know oftentimes we go by that stuff in the container that's in the freezer section that has hydrogenated soybean oil, has all sorts of stuff you definitely don't want to serve your family, especially if you made it an amazing keto, low carb, maybe dairy-free, maybe gluten-free pumpkin pie. Since holidays are coming up, we're also going to talk about fat coffees. Lots and lots of questions about fat coffee. So we're going to just take a few minutes and show you how we make our whipped topping here in the Carden house. I've never made it. Dr. Ralph always makes it, so I did maybe put on his man bib. I'll change the thing there. So, hey Maria, thanks, Marie, thanks for joining us. So we're just gonna get started as Dr. Ralph gets ready here. So we're gonna make the first one with heavy whipping cream, so it will not be vegan. We'll make the second one with coconut milk. So let's get started. So what are you gonna use first?
I start with heavy whipping cream, so just whichever brand you like. 1 1/4 cup I use.
If you guys make your own whipped topping, let us know if you're making this at home, because it's definitely more economical to make it than to buy it.
We'll post a recipe on it. I'm not going to go through and measure everything out because that's not normally the way I do it.
He's doing 1 teaspoon of organic gluten-free vanilla.
Okay, that was 1 teaspoon.
And then you can use a vanilla bean and crush it, which we actually prefer to boil it down and scrape out the vanilla bean. But for quick keto for real people,
cinnamon, organic cinnamon.
And we use the Ceylon cinnamon because it's better for digestion. It helps handle your blood sugar. So all amazing, amazing benefits from using a Ceylon cinnamon that's organic, of course.
And then if you don't mind handing me the swerve.
So you want the powdered confectionist or you want the granulated?
I want the powdered. So
he is going to use the powdered. And again, about 1 teaspoon.
What I find when I use the granulated, the crystals, the whipped topping ends up having the crystals inside. So I think the granulated, the powdered, the powdered actually mixes up better inside of the whipped topping.
So he's not pre-mixing, he's just putting all the ingredients in. And then he's going to use the whisk, not your paddle. Let me see it real quick. So make sure you're using a whisk. And he actually puts an extra 1/4 cup in there for the liquid just because of the depth of the bowl. So, and then some of it gets left on here. So, ready?
Ready. So we do apologize because obviously it gets a little bit noisy. So initially I turn it on low. What I'm doing is I'm just letting it mix everything up. And then once that pretty much gets mixed up, then I will slowly turn the speed of the mixer up.
This while you're talking.
No, I don't want to hold it.
Okay, so I'm going to actually take the phone out so you guys can see this. So hopefully you guys can see this is getting mixed up in here. So how long will you actually do this for?
Until it gets stiff.
So
I don't set a timer. Sorry, I feel like I'm yelling, but I don't set a timer. So what I do is I just keep watching the cream until it starts to stiffen up. It's pretty much mixed up at this point, and then I'm going to go to my highest speed on my mixer, and then I'm going to let it run at that speed until it completely mixes everything up. So here we go.
So while he's doing that's why I put the earphone in. If you want to make a vegan dairy-free one, if you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Teresa, Kat, can you guys hear me? So what we use, because I am dairy intolerant, it causes a lot of inflammation in my body. I use dairy-free whenever possible. So we refrigerate a can of coconut milk, not the box, but the can. So refrigerate it overnight, it gets it nice and hard, and what happens is you'll see that the coconut milk actually separates. So then we pour off, and we'll do this real quick, we pour off the liquid, and then we only use the heavy whipping part and do the exact same thing. You've got to whip it a little bit longer for the coconut oil, just because like the protein powders, the casein, the whey, even the lactose is actually in the heavy whipping cream, makes it a little bit stiffer. The can is upside down, yes, and the can needs to be refrigerated upside down. It just makes it easier to pour. So then just use your little keyhole and put, a hole in the top and then just pour off the liquid.
The reason it's upside down is when it's stored in the store, the heavy solids fall to the bottom and the water goes to the top. So what we do is we turn it upside down so it separates itself out while it's in the refrigerator.
So there is a reason for our madness, because great that tip helps. So I was super excited, had Christy Sullivan Honeycutt come to Low Carb Keto KC, and she brought a whole bunch of sucrin. Oh, TV timeout. So this is stiff, right? It just shakes right off there.
Yep.
Okay.
Right there.
So while I'm talking, if you want to go ahead and make the coconut-free one while we're here.
Coconut-free?
Sorry,
I made the
dairy-free.
coconut-free right here.
It's the coconut-free.
Coconut-free.
Thank you guys for bearing with us. Anyway, so super short. I had not tried sucrin yet. Christy Sullivan Honeycutt, who does day-by-day cooking, she also has low-carb community cooking. She actually sent out these nice little samples of sucrin. So there's a sucrin icing, there is a sucrin cinnamon and sugar, natural sweeteners. So instead of Swerve, which we've been using, again, the granulated makes it kind of gritty, especially when it gets cold. The powdered sugar actually turns out better. But what you can do is to elevate this up, you can definitely put more cinnamon in there if you want to. You can definitely put some vanilla stevia in there if you want. It's okay to actually add, I was going to do a tablespoon of pumpkin, but that's upside down. We're going to make some pumpkin lattes here that are low carb keto friendly. You can absolutely put some cocoa in there. I do about 1.5 to maybe 1 full teaspoon of cocoa if you like it chocolate in there. You also could actually, can you be the pumpkin spice? And then when we store it, we do store it in glass. We don't store it in plastic. It just helps keep it healthier. It keeps the xenohormones away. I am going to go over here and grab one more thing. Actually, it's helping me do it. Another thing we like to do, and we're going to talk about our fat coffees, is that I actually like to put the functional fat cream in there. Why? Because it has collagen. It has 4 different strands of MCT. So once you get it whipped up, you simply just pour this in here, and there's 3 different flavors. There's a Maya Mocha, there is a keto sweet cream, which has a vanilla flavor, and then the pumpkin spice. So you're getting the amazing DNA effects, so anti-aging. You're getting 4 different strands of MCT, 4 different strands of collagen, and it really just takes your health or your fat coffee up to the next level. And this cream isn't just for coffee. You can use it in a crepe if you want to make an egg crepe with a couple berries. You can use it on any keto treat. If you just need a hankering for something sweet, you can use that as well. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. So here it is finished, and we will just put the lid on that. But our part 2 video today will also be making a variety of fat coffee. So now we're just going to start that same process again with the coconut. He's smiling at me. I think that's not the one out of the fridge.
No.
That's the one you just bought at the store. You guys can see we don't have well-rehearsed videos here, but love you guys joining us. Let us know where you're coming from. If you're already doing some fat coffee, your own heavy whipping cream, let us know. But I know leading into the holidays, everybody's like, how do you make that? How do you get it so it's not, has all the toxic stuff when you buy that plastic stuff in the store? You know, the stuff with the blue and white topping that we all ate growing up. So he's going to open up the coconut can. I'm going to have you move over here so it's in the light, if that's okay.
So
it's not you got to be way up here.
Not for sure if you can see. It's just the liquid that's on the top.
Can you guys see that? There we go. Okay, so just a liquid on the top, and then you're just going to pour that off. So pouring off the liquid, and then you can see there's a nice big solid chunk in there we hope doesn't fall into the sink. And I hope you can see that. So can you see that on the camera?
Yep, see the solid right there? So I'm going to take that, I'm going to put it into the mixer with the dairy.
It's it's not a TV show, so we're just dumping it in there. So you guys got it now. So 1 cup or 1 to 1/4 cup of either heavy whipping cream or coconut milk. He's going to do the exact same thing. He is going to put in a teaspoon of organic gluten-free vanilla. He's going to put in some Ceylon cinnamon to taste. We like cinnamon around here. And then you also, I saw one that said you actually could put a little bit of maple syrup in. The Lakanto maple syrup is monk fruit. So instead of the Swerve, instead of the sucrin, you could actually use the monk fruit instead. I find that still elevates my blood sugar. So the big question I get all the time, am I still considered fasting if I'm having all this goodness? Well, it depends on what you put it on, and it depends on your body. We're going to have a part 2 video. We're going to actually, in just a few minutes, we're going to have a little coffee bar set up, and we're going to talk about, does this take me out of ketosis? Does it take me out of my fasting state? Do I include it in or out of my intermittent fasting? So I'm going to let him get this batch made up for me. So give him some hearts up there, you guys, for watching.
So real quick, that's what it looks like in there.
So you can see just a big chunk of coconut. So will you whip that before you add the stuff, or you're just going to put the stuff in there?
I'm going to put this stuff in there and then whip it.
Okay, awesome. All right, guys, we're going to just get this made up really quick. Thanks for sending the hearts. Thanks for joining us. I know we're going to have a live here, right back here in just a few minutes, because we do want to talk about fat copies. We're getting ready to kick off our 14-day keto challenge. Hundreds of people at Low Carb Keto KC said, I'm already kind of living this lifestyle, but I definitely need to take it up a notch. I want to have amazing energy through the holidays. I want to get in that little skinny black dress or put that belt on.
Can people have super energy or spectacular energy, or does it have to be just amazing energy?
Okay, Pam says, I say super too much.
Or amazing.
Okay, I don't know. Monica says audacious. So anyway, I just think super is a great word. What do you like to use?
Spectacular. Great. Awesome. Superb.
It takes more letters to type those words. I don't type very well. I'm sure you guys have figured that out now if you go to my blog. So I do have a lot of recipes over on AskDrHeather.net. Just go to categories, go to Keto Bites, and you'll see a pumpkin roll. You'll see some keto fat bombs, some pumpkin fat bombs, about 4 or 5 different yummy, good treats that you can serve your family for the holidays. So thanks again for joining us. We'll be back in just a few minutes.